and welcome to a CBK Gaming review of 2019 and a look forward to what we are anticipating for 2020. So we're going to do our top 5 games of 2019. So there was a lot of very good games released in 2019, and this was quite a hard list to make. It incorporates cooperative and competitive games. We have discounted any expansions, so this is only games that have been released in 2019. So, in reverse order. Number 5 is Edge of Darkness by AEG. We really enjoyed this game. It's got a fun competitive edge that's it doesn't take too long to play. It's good fun. There's a lot of time spent setting it up and taking it down again, and I would say that can be a detriment to some people, but overall it's a really good, fun, strategic game that changes depending on the number of players as well. And with the unique selling point of the tower of threat where you drop the cubes, I really like that. I worried that it was going to be just sort of a throwaway fad thing, and it wasn't. It was a really good game. Really enjoyed it. So at number 4 we have U-Boot by Phalanx, and where to start?
It's
thoroughly
a big
enjoyed it.
Game.
Huge game. We are going to review it. It is a great game to play, but it's not a game that's easy to get into, nor is it a game that you can just sit down and play for a couple of hours. You really do have to put a lot of time and effort into it. They have made improvements to the way the application works and actually putting the ability to save, which is really good. Makes that does mean you can play it for sort of half a day and not worry about losing where you were. We've played it a lot. We've played it successfully and done quite well. Sunk quite a bit of allied shipping. Though the first time we played it, we decided we just wanted to see what it was like to just sit in front of a convoy, and we got rammed by a destroyer and sunk pretty quickly. But it was really good fun.
Mainly because I also hadn't calibrated the compass, so we were a little off centre as well.
There is a lot of skill involved in that game, and if you enjoy strategy games, if you enjoy games that are quite deep and simulator style games, this is a game for you. So at number 3, another competitive game, a game that we really have enjoyed, and I know our friends have really enjoyed with us, and that's Museum by Holy Grail Games, and they've got a real winner with us. We love history, we love artifacts and archaeology, so actually seeing a game with all of these things mentioned within and beautiful artwork that actually sits, or stands out and makes you think and wonder about those items. And Chris, when he played it, said he wanted to go home and read about some of these artifacts, which game that does that is absolutely brilliant. We think it's a really good tool for education, for teaching teenagers, I think are probably the right age, around some of the historical artifacts and get their enthusiasm through gaming into history, which I think is a really good thing. So moving into number 2. Number 2 is Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth, and Fantasy Flight Games did it again, in our opinion. This is a fantastic cooperative game which is there is only campaign stories. There's 2 at the moment that you can play through. The quality is fantastic. The app itself is absolutely wonderful, really well driven, and I really high praise for this game. It was a contender for number 1.
Yeah, and I mean the atmosphere and the world that's created as you're playing, you really do feel like you're in Middle Earth.
The one thing I don't think I said in our review of it that really makes this game even better is to Bluetooth the sound to a larger speaker, so you have it all around the room. The music and the sound work so well with this game. It's similar in style to Mansions of Madness, but it's set in that beautifully rich world of Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, and I absolutely love it for that.
Yeah.
So number 1. I don't think anybody will be surprised if you've watched a lot of our reviews to see that our number 1 is Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon by Awaken Realms. What can I say that we haven't said in the review? Just go and buy it, or try and get into a pledge on the Pledge Manager. This game, it's story driven, it's deep, it's beautifully rich in its dark storytelling. Marcin and the guys have done an absolutely amazing job, and I can't wait to play more of it. I cannot wait not to jump into our review of 2020. I cannot wait for the expansions and the extras that are coming in 2020 to see where this game goes. So there you have it. That is our top 5 games of 2019. It was difficult to do. There were a lot of excellent games. We were going to do some honourable mentions. However, I think watch our reviews and you will see those games that really shone from 2019 for us, that just didn't make it into that top 5. So, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing.